it's a sort of, it's a non-visual out-of-body experience. So, sorry, there was some other thing.
No, I just wanted to say about this schizophrenia.
Yeah. So, but what it tells you is that already, so once you start, just like any other hammer, you are looking for nails. So once you have this embodied cognition hammer, it just becomes fun to ask how many nails can you hammer with. So neuropathology, cognition, perception, cognition, everything becomes fair game. And that's what the fun part of it is. It tells you that there's plenty of stuff to be done. So unlike competition where we've been doing it for 40, 50 years, so you have to be very good at it to get new results. This is a place where you can get interesting new hypotheses, if not results, relatively easily. Because the whole world of, so we are remapping the universe in the image of the body as opposed to the image of maths or logic. So everything is sort of up for fair game. So, any other questions?
What is the stance of the embodied cognition in terms of the dream psychology which was interpreted by Freud? Let's say he spoke about latent and manifest content of the dream. That's one thing. And second thing is that he himself has spoken about how mental disturbances can cause a different state of mind itself in terms of whether it's dissociative disorders or whether it's like hysteria and other kind of, which is part of dissociative. Where
frankly, I don't know the answer, but I also think that partly, while Freudian psychology and body cognition should talk to each other more, they actually don't. Right? I mean, it's rare that you find people who can intelligently talk about the two sides. So, and I'm not one. But incidentally, body cognition, of course, like existential psychotherapy and things like that, which came out of the phenomenological movement combined with Freudian psychology, might have interesting things to say. But I just don't know the picture.
So this if embodied cognition view of life is going to become dominant, then probably the gender...
Probably won't, but you only hope.
Then it will affirm the gender differences.
Why?
Because gender, the usual answer for gender differences, physical differences, physical possibilities of male and female.
So what you're saying, so it's not an unknown argument, because you could argue that an abstract view of human nature is what is used as a justification for various rights and responsibilities. But there we could say that, look, our bodies are a lot more similar to each other than they're different, number one. And secondly, like genetics, right, we may find out that the variations within a gender, the bodily variations, depends on how you count it, okay, but are more than, for example, if I compare myself with, I don't know, let's think of somebody, Kapil Siva. I think that I look a lot more like, the women in this room than I look like Kapil Siva. Right? So, take for whatever, various reasons, age, because of body size, all of those things. So, what aspects of the body, there may not be a linear relationship between gross bodily variations and mental variations. It's not a deterministic account. So it may turn out that it's only a square root of the body size that really affects my animal. So I won't worry too much about gender. Go ahead.
Would it also make sense to think that most of cognitive building blocks are set in when there are gender differences?
True, but I think he probably means even physiological differences. But yeah, so a deep question actually is, what aspects of the body are relevant? And not just in this gender situation. For example, the body has many, many levels. So you have the gross body, which has density and shape and form. but we are also made out of organs. The organs in terms are made out of cells. So how far, like, what is the level at which the things don't count? So for example, the fact that embodied cognition currently can't even pose this question, which is, does the biochemistry of my body really matter to my being intelligent or whatever, by being a certain kind of being? So that only organisms that exactly have human-like DNA can be mental beings like us, or are the gross features enough? So even people who say that no, a robot cannot be intelligent like us because it doesn't have bodies like we do, nobody is yet saying that the cellular structure of our bodies are crucial to the way we think and feel. But it may turn out that that's also the case. Right? I mean, I mentioned this the first day, right? The microbiome. So if it turns out that there are lots and lots of bacteria that live in our guts, and in fact those bacteria are as responsible for our minds as our nervous system is, then it may turn out that indeed, that we have to, in order to be able to think like people, you need to be embedded in a biochemical soup in exactly the way that we are.
Okay, I would like to deal with two pieces of information. That one related to the one analytical psychologist, Mr. Jung and
Who?
Jung and
Jung.
Jung colleague. So he had analyzed around 400 of these dreams. Among around 1400 dreams. But I didn't get that book, I didn't get that conversation of between these two different breed of persons. So it was written in German. There are some analyses of these two guys. There is a book they have written on in German, but it was